Hello there and welcome to Chris's Retro Corner. I'm Chris, this is my Retro Corner and this is my Commodore Plus 4. In previous videos we've seen this unboxed. We've also had a clean-up of it as well. You may notice, if you've seen one of the other videos, the keyboard's looking a little bit better. We had a couple of weeks of particularly nice weather here in the UK a little while ago, and this was popped outside on a few sunny days, and I'll be honest, I really do think it's made a bit of a difference. So what I'll do, I'll try and cut in an old video, a clip from an old video, do a comparison, and we'll have a look. So what I want to do with this today is just see if I can do a very quick bit of troubleshooting with this. Just try something I've not tried already, to see if we can get this working. Let's have a quick look at that. Let's have a quick look at that keyboard. I don't know if you remember that spacebar, but it was particularly yellowed. The keys are still just a little yellow from one angle, sort of from this side, but yet slightly less sort of to the naked eye from the other side. But overall, I'm actually really surprised with that, just for leaving it out in the sun for a couple of days. So yeah, I was going to retro bright that, but I don't think I'm going to bother now. It looks really nice. So let's take our board out. Well, actually, we don't need to take the board out. We can leave the board there. So yeah, in fact, I will just tighten these screws up actually, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just clean the chip legs. I'm sure there's one there. There's one there. With a little bit of contact cleaner, and also the sockets as well. I'm hoping that might make a difference. It's a long shot, I'll be honest. I don't think there's going to be much that may change, but you never know. These chips in this particular style of socket, they do tend to sort of ride up out of the socket over a period of time. I think when I did my cleanup video of this, I kind of just pressed everything down. So yeah, I'm not expecting much to change. So let's have a quick look. Just make sure this TV's in shot. So yeah, we'll remind ourselves of the problem. Remember, this is the Commodore 64 style socket I replaced in the previous video. Make sure that's turned on, make sure that's on as well. But yeah, we were getting nothing. It was a black screen. It's a relatively common fault on these. The processor and the TED chip tend to go bad. They run very hot, these devices. There's very little space. If I grab the keyboard, back, yeah, the keyboard literally rests down sort of into this area here, and there's next to no space under that keyboard. There's just not much there. So what I'm looking at doing is heat sinking these two chips in the future, or possibly their replacements, and looking at maybe seeing if I can spread the heat off these, because there's a couple of these that really were running very hot after about sort of 10 minutes of the machine being on. So yeah, we'll have a look at that in the future, possibly even fitting a little fan. I may see if I can find a small fan, hot glue gun it here, just sort of blowing hopefully out of the back, just to draw some air through the machine maybe. Don't know. Once we get this up and running, I really do want to keep it in that condition for as long as I can do. Right, so let's switch that on, make sure we're actually on the right channel. So we've just got a black screen. Okay, so we'll just switch that on, and although you saw it do something, it's not giving us a, it's not actually giving us a picture. Okay, so take that out just for the moment. The first thing I'm going to do is actually take out the processor and have a quick look at that. Let's get some close-up vision going. Very carefully, I hope, and try lifting that out of here. Try and lift it out level if I can. It's in there. That is in there remarkably well. Let's have a see. Let's have a look if I can't get that in a slightly different manner. It's going to come out with a pop. I know it. There we go. Crikey. But yeah, that's out. Straight away, you can see that there's a bent pin. It's interesting. That's very interesting. There we go. So I'm not quite sure if you can say that, but that's interesting. Okay, let's have a quick look around. See if I can find a tool to coax that back into shape. Almost looks like it's missed the socket when I guess somebody's reseated it. Cool, right. Wow. Lines up with the other ones now. But yeah, that's that leg has seen some abuse worse luck. In fact, that's gonna require just a little bit of an extra nudge or two, perhaps. Just looking down the chip to see if there's a bit of a wobble. There's a bit of a wobble in that, but no, that's very interesting. Okay, I'm just going to pop that on its side just to see if the legs are going to match up. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so let's pop that there for a moment. Use a very quick blast of contact cleaner. Give the socket just a quick scrubbing. Cool, blimey. Some vapours coming off this contact cleaner. It's really quite strong stuff. Pay very close attention, I think, to that leg when I reseat this in just a little while. Okay, that looks good. Shall find whatever I've done with cotton buds. There they are. Just soak up any excess contact cleaner. Just realised I haven't done a clean-up video of this. I might have cleaned the outside. I might have just done an initial clean-up of the case, because that, if I'd cleaned this, maybe I was going to clean it after I knew it was working. I think that was probably it. Right. Okay. Of course, we also need to clean the chip legs. It's just a little bit of a light going over. I'm not putting much weight on these legs at all. Do look visibly a little bit better. Just give that just a little bit more. Give it a fighting chance, if you see what I mean. Okay, I think that's about as good as we're going to get. Okay, very carefully we'll pop that back in, preferably the right way around. That'd be a good start. Need to double check that that's definitely got all the pins in just before I push that home. Let's have a quick snoop. So yeah, looks like I've got all those legs in, and we will very gently try and push that home in one go. Looks okay. I don't think you're going to be able to see it on camera. It's a little hard to tell, but I think the bent leg was okay there. Well, this would be remarkable if this worked. But then why would you pull the CPU if it was working? So I'm pretty sure it's going to change nothing. Let's have a look. And it did. It changed nothing. Well, there we go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the other chips, clean the legs, pop them back in, and just see if anything changes. So, icy leg cleaning montage commence. Okay, that's the TED chip done. Let's have a quick look. Nope. No, those are the two chips that seem to fail the most, so yeah, I'll do the other 5 socketed ones just on the off chance, but I think these are the ROMs. Just trying to remember. I think one each for each of the 4 inbuilt applications. I can't remember what the other one is. I think it might be the system ROM. Nope. Right. Moving on. If you can see that, we've got a nice straight line of pins sort of at 90 degrees to the IC, or near enough, on one side and the other. The others are kind of splayed backwards a little, if you can see that. I'm just going to pop the chip on its side and rock that ever so gently to see if we can sort of realign those pins. Okay, so yeah, just a touch more square there. Before we pop these one back, need to make sure it goes in the right way round and that the notch is at the top, or at least where it's marked on the sort of screening on the board. And those legs are still a little bit wide. Okay, let's try that again. So this is the last socketed IC on the board. Fingers crossed. Not expecting much, but hey, fingers crossed. No, we've still got a black screen. So there's a few other things that we can do. Visually checking the capacitors, which I've done. They kind of look okay, but we can replace those. It does look like I'm going to have to start looking at sort of signal pulses and voltages on this board, and starting to really diagnose this. That was it would have been a quick win if that had worked. So especially with the bent pin on the CPU, that was a real surprise to see. So yeah, I don't know if that managed to make it sort of down inside the socket or outside. Well, it would have been inside the socket, I guess. But yeah, would have been a nice win if straightening one pin leg would have worked and returned this to service, but obviously not. So the quest continues. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again in another video soon.